What's up, y'all? Thank you for joining me for another episode of Otherwise with Jane Harvey. I am, as you can see, not in my usual recording spot. Micah and I are actually in Nosara, Costa Rica right now because I'm taking a yoga teacher training course, which is super exciting. This is something I've wanted to do since honestly probably 2017, and then started one in 2020, and we all know what happened in 2020, and haven't been able to pursue it again until right now. Today was my first day and it was amazing. We jumped right into teaching asanas and breaking them down, and I have to say I did a pretty good job. So I'm excited to see what happens and what I learned from this. I'm really, along with the benefits of learning how to teach yoga, which I do think is an incredible practice and one that I will potentially teach when I'm finished with this course and we go back to Boise. I had to stop for a second because we're right downtown Nosara, and I was actually hoping you would hear rain sounds because it's been raining like crazy since we got here, but no rain today, which actually is for the best. A lot of revving. So if you hear motorcycles or pit bull, not the dog, the rapper, but also maybe dogs, just whatever sounds you might hear. There's another one. This is the sounds of Nosara. So just let them wash over you. Feel like you're here with me. Anyway, in addition to learning how to teach yoga, I'm really excited about the skills that undergoing a teacher training program in general can impart. Moving a room, being the leader of a room, informing energy, giving people skills, allowing people to be their best selves, motivating people. These are all things that we do with the show. It's a big part of what I want to offer the world. So I'm so excited to see how this helps me in my life's work. I'm so excited to see how it helps me with Otherwise. I'm so excited to see the benefits of this. And it does seem like already a very potentially transformational undertaking. So I'm really excited, and I'll definitely keep you all posted. Today, though, I want to talk about two things. I want to talk about running your own business and imposter syndrome. So those of you who have been following along with us since the beginning know that we launched about 2 months ago. We launched on, I think, September 17th, pretty nascent. But Micah and I have been planning this business since 2021. So this has been a long time in the making, but it's been under the radar. It's been our 5 to 9. We have had this structure, this lucrative structure of both having 9 to 5 jobs. And then this got to be our baby and our passion project. It got to be where we put all of our love and our excitement and our enthusiasm and our imagination. So obviously we couldn't wait to pull the trigger and cross over to doing Otherwise with Jane Harvey and running Open Eyed Studios full time. And for those of you who don't know, Open Eyed Studios is our production company, and Otherwise with Jane Harvey lives underneath it. But now that we're here and we've actually made this transition, and this is no longer our mostly imaginative creative portal, and it is our very real 100% focus, it's really, really hard. And I don't say that to dissuade anybody who's thinking of starting their own business not to do it. I think this is probably one of the coolest things that I've ever done and that we've ever done. And I think that specifically because of how freaking hard it is. I'm actually on a daily basis pretty beat up is the word that's coming to mind. I feel really beat up by this. Like I'm in a fight club all the time with my business. And we run this together as a husband and wife team. So this challenge is something that, whether we like it or not, comes with us throughout the day, throughout our whole day. And not only is it hard to put up those boundaries in our own minds, and we do the best that we can, but if we're worried, we're thinking about the business. If we're thinking about the business, we're maybe a little more terse or a little less patient or a little more anxious or whatever it is. But it's also not on a traditional 9 to 5 structure. We don't clock in and clock out. I don't go to my office and leave my office. My office is in my living room. And I feel like this is with me 24/7. And I feel like even building the structure and the effective structure that you just get to buy into with a 9 to 5 is so challenging. And we're doing a great job. Honestly, I think we're doing as well as we could be, considering how new we are and how there are only 2 of us, and we're producing an entire show, which means all of the production, all of the editing, all of the social media management, all of the outreach, all of the press outreach, all of the merchandise design, all of the web design. It means everything. Literally all of it is done by 2 people. And it's loca, it's insane, but we're doing the best that we possibly can. And I think that's incredible. Okay. So if you have a big dream, I'm definitely not saying don't go for it, but and I want to be really explicit, I'm saying go for it. I'm definitely saying go for it. I'm just amazed by how real it feels to me right now. Things that I have said in the past with a lot of, this is kind of the story of my life. I'll say things with a lot of passion and a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of, righteousness comes to mind. I can be, I think, obnoxiously righteous at times about ideas that I really like, that really resonate with me, where I'll be like, failure is a stepping stone and you have to go through those tough moments because those moments make you who you are. And I think of icons who are super powerful, who've gone through all kinds of pain and difficulty. Maya Angelou comes to mind, or Kobe Bryant, people who have suffered and felt incredible hardship, but persevered and become iconic. And they are my lodestones. They're my icons. I think it's so funny is the word that comes to mind, that I'm now experiencing on a very real level how humbling and difficult and painful this actually is. And it reminds me of, in addition to all of that, like the daily feeling of failing that you, I think, have when you're in any new business, and it's still under the radar and it's still figuring itself out and it's still getting its footing. And in today's world, with the seemingly endless channels of social media that we have to feed, it can feel like worse than a hamster wheel. It feels like a hamster wheel and you're like too weak of a hamster to even run on it. I know that's dark, but I'm just leveling with y'all. That's how it can feel. And in addition to that, Ira Glass talked about this, and I've been thinking about it a lot. It's a really cool thing. It's helping me and it's helping us right now. But he talked about how there are creatives who have a dream, they have a vision, and they see it really clearly in their mind, and they know what they want it to look like. And then they go make something, and it doesn't look like that thing at all. And maybe they make something else, and it still doesn't look like that thing. And they make another thing, and it still doesn't look like that thing. And it looks kind of bad, or it looks wonky, or it just looks unarrived. And they walk away because it doesn't feel good to make things that don't look like your vision. And it doesn't feel good to fail. And it doesn't feel good to know that you're going to fail maybe a bunch more times before you succeed. But according to Ira, Ira's my guy, if you can get past that and if you can continue, that's when you start to cultivate a mastery and a tone and a craft that looks like that vision, and maybe even looks better than that vision. And I'm sure in certain ways looks different than that vision, but it feels aligned with the level, the quality that you want to produce. I had no idea just how crummy it would feel to have such a cool vision, such a vision that I did leave my 9 to 5 and that I have given all of my time and attention to this work, and yet not quite the skills to make it exactly match what I see yet. And knowing that I have to keep taking the shot, even though I'm throwing up airball after airball. And again, I'm actually really proud of the work that we do and everything that we're doing, but I have this goal in my mind, and I'm sure so many of you who have creative vision resonate with this, having a goal in your mind and learning and cultivating the capacity and the right alignment and the timing and the team and the stars aligning and your skills cultivating for you to be able to execute what it is that you want to execute takes so much time and so much patience and so much willingness to just feel disappointed, to just feel frustrated, to just go back again and again and again. So hence my saying, I feel like I'm in a fight club. I'm just taking knocks, and I think I'm getting stronger. I've never thought at this level before about something like this, and I've never undertaken something of this magnitude before. So I think the fact that I feel totally terrified is probably a good thing. And feeling totally terrified is a nice segue into imposter syndrome, which I'm super curious how many of you experience this. I imagine that everyone experiences this on some level. Well, not everyone, but a good majority of the world probably experiences something like imposter syndrome. And when you are creating a platform of which you are the face and the voice, I don't know of a better opportunity for imposter syndrome to try to step in. All of the confidence with which I wrote as a journalist under my byline, of course, but published by different publications is so, it gets so shaky when you are the person endorsing yourself. And there's this really odd ego thing that happens. And I think it's ego to feel terribly about yourself just as much as it is ego to feel great about yourself. And it's this weird experience of getting so separate from the work that you believe in because you're so navel gazy, because you're thinking, oh my God, I don't look right, or I'm not saying it the right way, or it doesn't look good enough and people aren't going to think it's cool. And it's amazing to me how many times in a day I have to come back to what the work actually is, which is to help people and to connect and to be the best version of ourselves, and also to find cool shit and enjoy it and engage with it. I'm so excited about the merch that we're going to launch for y'all. I'm so excited about the art that we do. I'm so excited about the people that we get to find and talk to and bring to you. And all of that is what it's about. But I swear, I get so caught up sometimes in this self-doubt cycle that is nothing but distracting and a waste of time, and it's totally ego. It would be just as gross if I was sitting here thinking I'm the hottest shit there is, and I'm so excited about how awesome I am that I'm not productive. And I'm glad again that I've heard of imposter syndrome and that I'm aware of its insidious narratives and able to check myself, because it is for sure a challenge. I mean, this show has my name on it. Even that can make me feel so uncomfortable in a way that when I was publishing under Jane Vick before I changed my name, I felt so proud of that byline. I felt so proud to put my name on an article because I didn't publish it. Somebody else published it. And that made me feel endorsed. And having to endorse yourself, oh, it's a trip. It's again, I think a really good thing. I think it forces you to deeply audit who you are and what you believe. And again, doing it all on a daily basis. It's hard. But I'm amazed by how much an undertaking like this that I've always talked about as being real and a hero's journey and truly worth doing and something that can change you. If I think that this can change you, it's definitely going to change me. There's no way that making this work isn't going to change who I am, ideally for the better, because that's the point of the show. So I'm in this right now. We're in it right now. Costa's amazing. It's also truly challenging for us to be making this show and figuring it out as we go, and balancing work with our marriage, and just to balance my own inner narrative on a daily basis is a very delicate and intentional procedure that is really insisting that I be present in the moment at almost every moment. So I guess all of those things are pretty cool if I take a step back and look at them. And if somebody else was going through this right now, I would have nothing but good things to say about them and their journey. So I think I need to take a bird's eye view. I'm really curious what you all think about this. If any of you are starting a business, please reach out and let me know. I'd love to know how it's going, your challenges, your wisdom. If you have anything to share that you think would be helpful, I would love to hear it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will keep you all posted on how yoga school goes, etc. And we'll see you soon.
Thanks so much again for tuning in. Hopefully there was something in that episode that inspired you that you can take with you throughout the week. Please be sure to like this episode, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share this with a friend or family member. They might find it useful also. If you want to learn more about us, you can do so at otherwisewithjaneharvey.com, and be sure to sign up for our newsletter, Music by Dash Positive. And if you want this episode in audio form, you can listen to it wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.